All right, this whole topic about pinholing is just getting a lot more interesting. I coincidentally I had done like 3 videos on pinholing in reply to a friend of mine, Panchal, and at the same time that I'm working on the video, Big Head posts on a question or a situation regarding pinholing in his plant, and Tim Ebel followed up on that, and so did I. So this prompted another thing. I hadn't mentioned in those previous 3 videos the influence of mounting tape on pinholing, which that was a great neglect of mine. But because I mean everybody knows. I mean, most people are familiar or soon become familiar with the whole notion that with mounting tape, the harder the tape, the less pinholing, right? But the problem is that you also have a problem called bounce. Okay, so let's do this. I'm gonna read Big Head's thing because it just brings up so much information that is surprising. His post brings up more than just a conversation about mounting tape, and it brings a thing about relationships and introductions of concepts to supervision and that sort of thing. So let's talk about that a little bit. All right, Big Head writes, not sure if this is the right area for this question, but here goes. I run a bread bag job, big white panel about 33 inches wide, 18 inch to 22 inch repeat, 2 around. And Big Head, I gotta tell you, I know exactly what you're talking about. I've run bread bags a lot of times. I even used to work in a plant that was about this big, a printing plant about that big, and we only had a few presses, and sometimes I would mount my own jobs for the press on a Hardy Opticheck, and the company was so tight that we would start with, we didn't use photopolymer plates, so we used natural rubber plates, and we'd start with these nice sets of about 4 plates per cylinder, 4 colors, and by the end of the 3 months or so like that, all jobs had 46 plates, natural rubber, mounted onto 4 cylinders, and if you want to get good at mounting, do that for a while. So now, here's the situation. He's got the white panel, 33 inches wide, 18 to 22 inch repeat, 2 around. That's a big solid, okay? I gotta find hers. Okay, white block, about 33 inches by 18 to 22 inches, okay? Somewhere in that, this is going to be 18 to 22 inches, and about 33 inches wide this way. That's a serious white block. And usually what happens, you have that white backup, and on there you're going to have your stuff, and it's going to say it's Jewish rye, or it's sesame, or cinnamon bread, or whatever that is, and you have all these variables, right, with the white backup there. And as that thing comes along, okay, when you have that plate coming along, well, let's see, you're probably doing a CI press unless you're doing a step, but when that thing comes along here, okay, there's going to be an impact. Okay? There's going to be an impact, a collision, okay? And there's actually ways to calculate. And as a matter of fact, this brings up another concept that I'd like to think about introducing to the industry, which is a kind of factor that takes in some objective variables like the durometer of the plate, the hardness of the cushion back, the width of the plate, and the diameter of the cylinder, and the speed of rotation. And combining those generate a number that comes up to be something called a bounce factor. which is something that maybe can give somebody an idea of how much impact a given design is going to have on the speed of a press, but that's another story. All right, but anyhow, when this point comes along here, it's going to impact on that cylinder. And so, you know, that's why Big Head's boss is insisting on 1060 soft sticky back, and it's pinholing real bad. Well, you know, all right. So Big Head's boss is stubborn, and he's saying stick to 1060. Now he says he does this, otherwise you get really bad bouncing in the white. I said, why don't we try to use the 040? That's supposed to be 40 thousandths. Not sure if decimal right. That's correct. 040 is 40 thousandths. And it's good that you represent it that way, 040. That way I know if you put in a decimal by you saying 0.040, when I do 0.040, I'm saying here, I mean to put that point there. And I mean to have nothing there. So I'm telling you that, so there's no ambiguity in this situation. And when you say 0.040, you're telling me, Frank, I'm representing this to an accuracy of thousandths, and therefore I'm interpreting that as 40 thousandths. If you wrote this like this, I would say 400ths, okay? So if you want me to consider your number to an accuracy of 3 decimal places, then you would represent it to 3 decimal places, and I would interpret it that as thousandths, in this case 40 thousandths, okay? So we digress a little bit, but you know, that's why we do this in video, and that's why I'm not doing this in writing. This gives us the opportunity to talk like we're in a shop, remember? I'm going to throw out all these concepts at you. I'm not going to give you a simple formula and you digest all this stuff. Now, I said, why don't we try to use the 040, that's supposed to be 40 thousandths, not sure, yeah, okay, man, or just mount it. My boss won't let me try this. Was wondering if anybody has issues like this. This is on a PCMC sleeve gearless service price. But yes, Frank, I checked that off. Flex, so nicely done. Thank you. Thank you, Big Head. All right. Now, I'm going to give your boss the benefit of the doubt, but I'm a little bit disappointed in your boss, and although I don't know your relationship with your boss, okay? I don't know if you've done some crazy stuff and you got a bad reputation now and nobody's going to let you try anything, or if your boss is not seeing an opportunity here or something, okay? But I'm a little disappointed to hear just at face value that your boss is not allowing you to try something, even if he thinks it's not going to work, that you want to try and you want to bring to the table. Now, if you're my operator and there are no extenuating circumstances, it's just another day, and you say to me, hey, Frank, I want to try this out, I'm going to give you the opportunity to do that. Now, having said that, that leads me into a way that, saying that everything is sensible and you're not some kind of crazy guy, that maybe you can present it in a way that your boss will be more receptive, okay? So what do I mean? Okay.